The Nightly Business Report.
Good evening. Tonight, State Finance Minister Shehan Semasinga confirms that Sri Lanka has finalized its debt restructuring deal with bilateral creditors. But administrative tasks such as obtaining all creditor signatures still need attention.
The OCC and the Paris Club members have agreed what the debt restructuring process is going to be based on the three parameters as I explained earlier. So thereafter there is an administrative process.
Foreign Minister provides an update on the economic situation and progress in debt restructuring, highlighting discussions with Japan to enhance bilateral relations. The stock market experienced a positive session yesterday, but it has once again fallen back into a period of decline today. And China's BYD reported 21% increase in second quarter electric vehicle sales, narrowing the gap with Tesla. Good evening and thank you for joining us. State Finance Minister Shehan Semasinga said that Sri Lanka's debt restructuring deal with its bilateral creditors is agreed and concluded. But there are some administrative issues still remaining, including getting the signatures of all the creditors. However, the opposition has claimed that the debt restructuring negotiations are far from over.
Answering the question of whether all bilateral creditors have signed the agreement, he explained that while the co-chairs of the OCC signed during their meeting in Paris, there are still a few countries pending and the administrative process will be finalized shortly.
Because what happens is the OCC and the Paris Club members have agreed what the debt restructuring process is going to be based on the three parameters as I explained earlier. So thereafter there is an administrative process. Now when we were in Paris, in one side, of course, in one side, the co-chairs of OCC signed the agreements. But there are some more countries, it's an administrative process that will take a little bit of, little number of days, so that will be completed. The challenge was to ensure that we come into an agreement and then simultaneously in Beijing the Exim Bank signed the agreement. So don't worry about that, we have concluded that.
Further, in a question regarding the concern of the equal treatment for all the creditors, he told that the basis of entire restructuring process had two elements, which are comparability of treatment among every creditor and debt treatment to be in line with the debt sustainability analysis.
The basis of the entire restructuring process had two elements. One was comparability of treatment among every creditor. Number two was this debt treatment to be in line with the debt sustainability analysis. So, as per your question, if one party has not endorsed comparability of treatment, we cannot go ahead. So all creditors have ensured and endorsed the comparability of treatment. The OCC had a major role, which they played a pivotal role in that.
Answering another question on when the second round of debt restructuring negotiations with the commercial and sovereign bondholders are starting, he stated that the engagements are occurring and he cannot commit as of now, but we can expect some more good news soon.
I think the engagements are taking place positively among advisors, the advisors of the ad hoc bondholder group as well as our advisors. So we expect another good news to be concluded very soon. Let's see, I cannot comment on that. The engagements are happening.
Sri Lanka's Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri has held discussions with former Foreign Minister and current Chief Cabinet Secretary of Japan Hayashi Yoshimasa on the vibrant Sri Lanka-Japan partnership. Sabri, who is on an official visit to Japan, has also discussed resuming suspended projects under yen loans.
The Sri Lankan Foreign Minister has provided an update of the latest economic situation and the progress of the debt restructuring process to Yoshimasa. He added that they also recalled Cabinet Secretary Hayashi's visit to Sri Lanka in July 2023 and the warm and close association he has with Sri Lanka over the years. He also met Foreign Minister of Japan Kamikawa Yoko to improve bilateral relations. He said that they explored various avenues to deepen cooperation across multiple dimensions and expressed their gratitude to Japan for its leadership as a co-chair of the OCC in facilitating the bilateral debt restructuring process. Diplomatic ties between Japan and Sri Lanka hit a low after former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa unilaterally cancelled a Japan International Cooperation Agency-funded $1.5 billion railway project. The then government, which was closer to Beijing, also cancelled another $500 million tripartite deal to develop the Colombo Port's eastern container terminal together with India. Japan halted all of its yen loan-funded projects after Sri Lanka defaulted, and its leading agency is barred from increasing loans to a country in debt distress. However, Japan gave grants to help over the crisis and facilitated discussions to speed up bilateral debt restructuring.
The Ministry of Power and Energy announced that the Lanka Indian Oil Company has begun selling 100-octane premium petrol product in the Sri Lankan market starting yesterday. The price per litre is 793 rupees. Chairman of Lanka IOC and the senior management met the Minister of Power and Energy, Kanchana Wijesekara, earlier this week. Minister Wijesekara said on X that they discussed development plans of the retail outlet network of LIOC, tank farm development, lubricant market, fuel pricing formula and the proposed oil pipeline between India and Sri Lanka. After this month's price revision, Octane 92 petrol sold at 344 rupees a litre and Octane 95 petrol was at 379 rupees. High octane fuel is mostly used in high-performance engines. A finance ministry report said that Sri Lanka's state-run Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has spent $648.7 million in oil imports in the first 4 months of 2024, down from $828.4 million with the entry of other players.
CPC's turnover fell to 389.1 billion rupees up to April 2024, down 16.6% from 446.8 billion rupees a year ago. Cost of sales fell by 13.5% to 337.4 billion rupees from 390.1 billion rupees. Crude prices had risen to around $89 a barrel by the end of April in this year from $77 at the end of 2023. CPC had maintained profits, making 13.6 billion rupees through a price formula, though down from 68.7% from 43.4 billion last year. Trade payables had fallen to 153 billion rupees from 181.2 billion rupees. The report said that it longer had a loan to the Bank of Ceylon. The CPC had been directed in the past to take loans from state banks and import oil whenever the central bank printed money to cut policy rates. It owned $201 million to a national Iranian oil company.
Aviation Minister Nimal Siripada Silva said that Sri Lanka's cabinet of ministers have not yet approved a set of pre-qualified bidders for state-run Sri Lankan Airlines. 6 parties responded to an initial expression of interest called by Sri Lanka's state-owned enterprises restructuring unit to divest the airline. He told reporters in Colombo today that the bids are being further evaluated. Addressing further, he stated that Sri Lanka would like to see a Sri Lankan entrepreneur or consortium buying into the airline, but there was no firm interest. He added that the parties should have a strong balance sheet and expertise, as there were the jobs of 6,000 people at stake.
He also mentioned that the management of the Mattala International Airport will be given to a Russia-India joint venture within the next few weeks.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe presided over the appointment ceremony at Temple Trees this morning, where 60 individuals were appointed to Grade 3 general employee positions in the Sri Lanka Education Administrative Service. Additionally, teaching positions in national schools were awarded to 1,706 graduates and 453 English diploma holders.
Addressing the event, President Wickremesinghe stressed the importance of those entering the teaching profession dedicating themselves to the future generation, noting that the education in a country cannot thrive without discipline. Furthermore, the President mentioned that he has discussed with the Minister of Education the future process of teacher transfers and promotions through an online system, emphasizing that no one will face injustice in these matters. Appointments were granted to 60 individuals approved by the Education Service Committee of the Public Service Commission, and teaching positions were awarded to 1,706 graduates and 453 English diploma holders. President Ranil Wickremesinghe symbolically presented several appointments to them.
Let's go for a short break. More updates coming right after this. This is the Nightly Business Report.
Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Yesterday brought positive news from the stock market, but it has reverted to its negative trajectory, ending today's trading sessions with losses. Both indices closed in the red, raising concerns among investors. For a briefing on today's Colombo Stock Exchange performance, let's connect with Brendan Fernando from SC Securities.
Yes, all share price index closed at 12,037, showing a decrease of 81 points, and the S&P SL20 index closed at 3,540, showing a decrease of 33 points. The turnover was at 1.55 billion rupees with a share volume of 79.2 million, where Winforce, Sampath Bank and John Kills showed the highest turnover, and Winforce, LVL Energy Fund and SMB Leasing showed the highest volume traded. The top 5 gainers were Industrial Asphalts, TransAsia Hotels, Equity 2, Arpico Insurance and Lakshapana. There were 5 crossings recorded for the day, where Winforce recorded 392 million, Sampath Bank with 240 million, John Kills Holdings with 112 million, Alumix with 37 million, and EV Creasy recorded 26 million transactions.
Sri Lanka's treasury's yield was steady across maturities at today's auction, with 175 billion rupees sold of the offered 190. To get more insights on what happened at today's auction and how the outputs impacted the secondary market, let's go to Zaima Jihan, joining us from First Capital Holdings.
At today's weekly T-bill auction, we saw rates remaining unchanged after consecutive rise in auction yields for the past 4 weeks. However, there was only a partial acceptance of about 92% from the total offered amount of LKR 190 billion. 3-month bill was oversubscribed at today's auction, exceeding the total offered by 31%, but 6-month and 1-year bills were undersubscribed on the other hand. Following last week's bond auction, yield rates in the secondary market saw a slight upsurge after the auction yields shot up. However, on Monday and Tuesday, investor participation subdued as market participants took the sidelines, seeking some clarity on the progress of external debt restructuring, while some were also expecting the outcome of today's T-bill auction. Post today's auction, buying interest emerged on mid-tenors. This is likely due to the positive expectation on the potential completion of EDR in the upcoming weeks, while the auction yields being maintained at today's auction also contributed to this improvement. So the total amount of bills maturing for this week is recorded at LKR 211.2 billion. With this being higher than the total accepted at today's auction, we can expect an increase in liquidity in the market in the coming weeks.
Gold prices rose in Asian trade today, seeing some relief as the dollar retreated on some positive comments from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Spot gold rose 0.1% to $2,332.16 an ounce, while gold futures expiring in August rose 0.3% to $2,341.25 an ounce. But the yellow metal still remained within a trading range established through most of June, as anticipation of more cues on U.S. interest rates kept traders biased towards the dollar. Strength in gold came tracking an overnight decline in the dollar after the Fed's Powell flagged progress towards bringing down inflation. But Powell also warned that the central bank still needed more confidence to begin trimming interest rates. Oil prices steadied today after trading higher as industry data showed a bigger than expected draw in US crude stockpiles, with gains capped by economic headwinds from China and the Eurozone. Brent crude futures inched up 7 cents or 0.08% to $86.31 per barrel. US West Texas Intermediate crude futures gained 5 cents or 0.06% to $82.86 per barrel. Yesterday, both benchmarks rose to their highest since the end of April, but closed down on the day as fears faded that Hurricane Beryl would disrupt production in the Gulf of Mexico. U.S. crude oil inventories fell by 9.163 million barrels in the weekend ended June 28th, according to market sources citing American Petroleum Institute figures yesterday. Today, the Sri Lankan rupee strengthened further against the US dollar compared to yesterday, falling below the 300 rupee mark as reported by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. The buying rate for the US dollar decreased from 300.39 rupees to 298.72 rupees, while the selling rate dropped from 309.63 rupees to 308.17 rupees. Additionally, the rupee showed appreciation against various other foreign currencies. And let's now observe its rates. A short commercial break now. News from the corporate world coming on the other side. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Sri Lanka's world-famous Ministry of Crab opened in Singapore today, welcomed by seafood-loving foodies. After a few therapeutic pop-ups over the years, the crab-focused restaurant created by global superstar chef and restaurateur Darshan Munidasa has secured a space at Dempsey Hill.
This restaurant chain was founded in Colombo by globally renowned Sri Lankan chef Darshan Munidasa, along with former Sri Lankan cricketers Mahela Jayawardena and Kumar Sangakkara. This is the sixth global outlet of the Ministry of Crab restaurant chain. The first Ministry of Crab restaurant was established in the historic Old Dutch Hospital building in Colombo. Subsequently, branches were opened in Bangkok, Shanghai, Chengdu, the Maldives, and Mumbai. The newest Ministry of Crab outlet opens today at Block 6 Dempsey Road in Singapore. Munidasa shared that Singapore played a significant role in popularizing Sri Lankan crab, and it was always their intention to come to Singapore. Munidasa acknowledged the excitement and challenges of entering the Singapore market, noting the country's high per capita consumption of mud crabs. Ministry of Crab, listed on Asia's 50 best restaurants from 2015 to 2022, maintains a strict commitment to serving the freshest seafood by enforcing a no-freezer policy.
The Commercial Bank of Ceylon and Sri Lanka's largest ever debenture issue by a private bank closed after oversubscription on its opening day, which was yesterday, raising 20 billion rupees of Sri Lanka's biggest private sector bank and demonstrating investor confidence in the institution.
Announcing the oversubscription, the bank said it had received applications for over 3 times the 10 billion rupee initial issue amount and has raised 20 billion rupees by exercising all options. Commenting on the oversubscription of the issue, Commercial Bank Managing Director and CEO Mr. Sanat Manatunge said that this is an extremely encouraging vote of confidence from institutional and individual investors. The significant achievement stands as a testament to their unwavering faith in their meticulously crafted strategic roadmap, underpinned by principles of robust governance and sustained financial performance, as the country's leading private sector financial services provider. The bank said the issue will further strengthen its Tier 2 capital base, raise funds for the expansion of its lending portfolio, and bridge maturity mismatches in the assets and liabilities portfolio of the bank.
The Department of Tourism Studies at the Faculty of Management at the Uvavellassa University of Sri Lanka hosted the national level culinary and bartending competition, Dainties 2024. This event marked a significant milestone in the Sri Lankan university system by showcasing the creativity, skills and abilities of students and professionals in the hotel sector.
Uvavellassa University, the first educational institution in Sri Lanka to receive the UNWTO TEDQual qualification, organized Dainties 2024 for degree candidates in tourism and hospitality from public and private universities as well as hotel owners from the Uva province. More than 50 participants registered for the competition. The competition aimed to develop skills and innovations in the tourism and hospitality industry, facilitate good networking among participants and industry experts, and provide learning opportunities. It also strived to elevate the standards of culinary arts and bartending in Sri Lanka by highlighting the unique talents of students and professionals. The competition was organized by students of the Department of Tourism Studies Bachelor of Hospitality, Tourism and Events Management program under the supervision of department head and the department staff. The competition had 2 rounds, and in the first, contestants submitted videos of their culinary and bartending creations, evaluated by hotel industry judges, and then the finalists competed in the grand finale on the 29th of June at the Uva Wellassa University campus.
Link Natural Products Private Limited, renowned for its high-quality products that blend Ayurvedic science with modern technology and scientific knowledge, recently celebrated Link Natural Wellness Week in honor of Global Wellness Day.
This special event highlighted the company's commitment to promoting health and wellness through a unique fusion of traditional and contemporary approaches. Throughout the week, numerous wellness education and awareness programs were conducted across various media platforms. These programs emphasize effortless wellness habits that can be seamlessly integrated into our daily routines. The initiative's primary goal was to educate the community on simple yet effective ways to lead a healthier lifestyle even amidst a busy schedule. By offering practical advice and easy-to-follow tips, Link Natural sought to empower individuals to take proactive steps towards their well-being, reinforcing the idea that wellness is attainable for everyone, regardless of their daily demands.
Let's take a short commercial break. This is a Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Most Asian stocks rose slightly today, with Japan's Nikkei 225 coming back in sight of record highs, while Chinese markets fell, tracking a disappointing reading on service sector activity. Japan's Nikkei 225 was an outperformer, rising 0.9% and breaking above the 40,000 level for the first time in 3 months. China's Shanghai Shenzhen CSI 300 and Shanghai Composite Indexes lagged their peers today, falling 0.4% each after a middling Purchasing Managers Index reading. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index shrugged off weakness in the Chinese stocks, rising 0.7%. South Korea's Kospi added 0.4%, while Australia's ASX 200 rose 0.3% as data showed retail sales grew more than expected in May. China's BYD posted a 21% rise in second quarter electric vehicle sales, closing the gap with Tesla after handing back the world's top EV vendor title to the US rival in the first quarter.
China's BYD saw sales accelerate by just over a fifth in the second quarter. It helped the electric vehicle maker close the gap with rival Tesla for the title of world's top EV seller. BYD sold slightly over 426,000 EVs in the April to June quarter, according to calculations. That's around 12,000 fewer than Tesla's estimated deliveries. The US firm is expected to report a 6% drop in its quarterly deliveries on Tuesday. If so, it would be the first time it's posted 2 straight quarters of decline. Elon Musk's company is dealing with strong competition in China. Demand has also slowed due to a lack of affordable new models. The company may give up its top EV seller title to BYD if the actual results turn out to be softer than estimated. Industry data suggests that Tesla's China-made EV sales in June fell by almost a quarter from a year earlier. By comparison, BYD maintained steady growth in EV sales. Other Chinese EV upstarts like NIO also reported stellar growth last quarter.
Well, that is it from us at the Nightly Business Report for the day. Tune in again tomorrow for more updates. Until then, I am Sanri Mudan Nayaka. Have a good night.